Muslims are confident that they can refute any claim the Christian can bring with regards to the divinity of Jesus Christ, but they fail to see that their own sources refute their own arguments. The argument goes as such: the Muslims claim that the gospel was a book given to Jesus. We no longer have the gospel because it was either lost or corrupted by the evil Apostle Paul or other followers of Jesus. But let's look at what their sources say with regards to the identity of Jesus. The evidence is, we look at Ibn Ishaq, Life of Muhammad, page 103 and 104. And before the Muslims throw a fit, I am well aware that Ibn Hisham, he's the one that actually wrote Ibn Ishaq's Life of Muhammad. So, with that out of the way, let's continue on. It says on page 103 and 104, among the things which have reached me about what Jesus, the Son of Mary, stated in the gospel, which he received from God for the followers of the gospel, and applying a term to describe the apostle of God, is as following. It is extracted from what John the apostle set down for them when he wrote the gospel for them from the testament of Jesus, Son of Mary. And this is what he quotes. John 15:23 through 16:1. It says, the one who hates me also hates my Father. If I had not done the works among them that no one else has done, they would not be guilty of sin. Now they have seen and hated both me and my Father. But this happened so that the statement that is written in the law might be fulfilled. They hated me for no reason. When the Comforter comes, the one I will send you from the Father, the Spirit of truth, who proceeds from the Father, he will testify about me. You also will testify because you have been with me from the beginning. I have told you these things to keep you from stumbling. So the issue for the Muslim is that Ibn Ishaq quotes from the Gospel of John. That is the gospel that Ibn Ishaq is saying that he had during his time, the Gospel of John, which spells great trouble for the Muslim because the Gospel of John unequivocally affirms the deity of the Lord Jesus Christ. But before we go into that, let's take a step back and look on how exactly this is the case. We need to look at what Moses says about God. It says in Exodus chapter 3, verse 13 through 15, it says, then Moses asked God, if I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your ancestors has sent me to you, and they ask, what is his name? Whom should I tell them? God replied to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say this to the Israelites, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever. This is how I am to be remembered in every generation. So did you notice the words, I am who I am? This speaks of God's eternal nature. Specifically, the I am is speaking of his being. So, of course, the Muslim and the Christian would agree that God is eternal, which is exactly what this text is telling us. But it's interesting to see because this exact phraseology, the I am, is used in the gospel which Ibn Ishaq quoted, the Gospel of John. For instance, we have these 7 I am statements of the Lord Jesus Christ. In John 6:35, he says, I am the bread of life. Jesus told them, no one who comes to me will be hungry, and no one who believes in me will ever thirst again. John 8:12, Jesus spoke to them again, I am the light of the world. Anyone who follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John 10:7, Jesus said again, truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. John 10:11, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. John 11:25, Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me, even if he dies, will live. John 14:6, Jesus told him, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And John 15:1, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. So what is Jesus saying here? He's, of course, like I said, he's taking the Moses, the Exodus I am statements, and he's applying them to himself. So what is happening here? Jesus Christ is affirming that he is the true and living God. So therefore, since Ibn Ishaq has quoted from the Gospel of John in his writings, we do have the Gospel according to John. We even have manuscripts that predate Islam. So Muslims cannot say that the Gospel has been lost, because the Gospel that Ibn Ishaq quoted once again is the Gospel of John, and the Gospel of John clearly refutes the Muslim claim that Jesus Christ is not God.